Yo, what's going on, guys? Jared here, back again with another video, and this is going to be a Orcust Bystial Runick deck profile. I have been doing a lot of work on this deck, a lot of theorizing, a lot of testing, a lot of combo drafts, going through dueling book cards left and right, trying to find different avenues for this deck to go. And I am going to show you what is, in my opinion, as of now, the best competitive version that I can come up with. And I'm going to explain why. But obviously, I hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe if you do, and I will give all of my reasonings and stuff like that in the actual profile. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, guys, so here is the actual deck list. I know what you're thinking. This is not probably what you were expecting. In my last video, I had a lot of other stuff in the deck that I was testing and theorizing that ended up not getting anywhere with the Orcust cards. It was really unfortunate because there's a lot of cool avenues that I just learned now doing these testings, which is really fun, that now I know these other lines that the Orcust and Runick cards and the Bystial cards can do, but they don't come together well for like an M board, and that's kind of the issue. It's just not worth it to go down all those lines to play like these extra bricks. I think there's going to be a Runick deck in the future that can use some of these other lines and avenues, but as of now, I don't think it's that good. So I'm just trying to bring you the most competitive version of this deck that I can, and I think this is going to be something close to it right now. Something I wanted to preface on, you probably saw what I had Ultimate, I had Tzolk'in in there, I had Blackwing cards in there, I had Babel before, I had like a slew of different stuff. Yeah, I'm just trying a million things, but this is, in my opinion, the best right now until something new is discovered. I could be wrong, maybe I missed something, but as of now, I think that this is where this deck is going to lie currently. So we're going to go over by card and do all explanations. So first of all, the Bystial package. 1 Druisworm, 1 Magnemut, 1 Baldrake, 1 Saronir, 3 Wubellion, and then 2 Regained. So Regained in this deck is crazy. This card is bonkers in this deck. Like, it is always live all the time. It is ridiculous. That's why I really didn't want to take out the Bystial engine. When I first put it in, it was actually just 1 Magnemut, 1 Druisworm, 3 Wubellion, then the 2 Regained. But then I just added these in because there were some scenarios where I wanted extra just bodies. I just wanted extra Bystials because they do improve the board heavily when you can start going into things like Dispatter with some of the combo lines. And Dispatter is a hell of a card. I'm like, this engine is just crazy. So I really didn't want to sacrifice it. So I left it in as pretty much as it is. But I just Regained with the Orcust cards interactions with Nightmare, Symbol Skeleton, Harp Horror. It is nuts. It is so crazy. These cards, in replacement of the Gwem, Cartasia, Golden Sword Soul stuff, it's like, with Regained particularly, it is so much better. It is so much better with Regained, and the Bystial line up together. Like, it's crazy how good that interaction is. You could almost consider this at 3, to be honest, if you really wanted to, because of how good that is. But I just... it's like right there. It's just not good enough. Like 2 is just the right number. You don't want to start drawing like a crazy amount of these in the late game. So it's just, this is fine. For the Orcust, 3 Gearsu and 3 Nightmare. These are going to be like your starters of the deck, right? Like, this is what you want to draw with like your Runick cards to be able to start comboing. Now, I need to preface this. You are link summoning most of the time. You are not synchroing. I looked at every synchro in this game to find something that's worth it, and it just is not there. It's just not. I'm sorry, it's not. I tried. Linking is the best way to do it, and ending on things with like IP, Galatea, SP, Ding, the counter trap, like all these things. If you can get the Gearsu as a tuner, Disbotter, these are all really good, but it's just not, it's better than whatever synchro you can find to put it in for now. Again, this could change in the future, but as of now, this is just the way to do it. But these are your starters. You just need these as bodies. It gets the Orcust engine going, and then obviously you have the option to make it a tuner with a Runick card, and then if you have a Bystial too, you can do the Dispatter line, which is really strong. But the main goal is to get into like IP and Galatea. That's like the main thing they want to do, and then we'll get like a counter trap. That's the goal. As you can see, I'm not playing Babel. I really don't like the confliction between Babel and Fountain. It's really frustrating. I thought about doing a version with like, that was kind of like the generator Runick list that that bubbled out of the last YCS. I can't get behind it, because if you draw one Fountain, then you can't discard with the Orcusts or with the Runick cards, and then the Orcust that you draw in your hand are so much worse because you can't get them out now. So like you need 2 Fountain in there to be able to pitch them, to be able to get the value that you need out of it to adjust everything. So like you start like the deck building process in this is so funny because you need to be able to move every piece, and if you're not moving it fluently, it bricks. It literally turns into a brick, and it's terrible. So like you need everything in here. So I cannot cut the Fountain down. It's so frustrating. And then I would play 1 Symbol Skeleton. I don't think you need more than one. This card 99% of the time is going to be reviving back Galatea or Ding. And once you have Ding and Symbol Skeleton, you are able to just like infinitely recycle them. Or you can put it back with Regained. So that's always cool. And then you can like put like this deck goes like infinite. I swear this deck goes infinite because of how much you can just move pieces around with Bystials and Magnemite and Regained. And the Orcust card, like it's always moving, and it's like I think you actually have infinite pressure over this deck. I swear you do. So yeah, 1 Symbol Skeleton, the Welcome Back Harper, which makes this possible in my opinion because now instead of only having the 3 starters, you are able to have 6 starters because you can dump this and then summon this and dump this. So you have a lot of moving parts now. Yeah, like I said, this engine is just getting the crescendo because Counter Trap very good, banishing very important for Fire King as well. So keep that in mind. Moving on, Runicks. I have 19 Runick cards in here. It's 17 quick play spells, 2 Fountain with 3 Ash Blossom for our interactions. Again, you could play 3 Dispelling, 2 Ash. Up to you. That is completely replaceable. You can play Babel in here too if you wanted to. If you like the Dingirsu Interruption, but it just personally wasn't for me. But yeah, overall, this is what I have for the main deck. I think this works really well. Everything moves and flows. For the extra deck, it's where things start getting a little crazy. 1 copy of Jerry because I think you just mandatory need to play 1 just for the Fountains. 2 Hugin. You really don't use this too much. You're just linking it off most of the time. You're not synchroning with it, so it's like kind of whatever. Again, but you have so much recyclability, again, with Regained and Bystial and Runicks that you can actually do this. The 1 copy of Sleipnir. Sleipnir is very, good, obviously. Breaking boards and can be important interruptions sometimes if they're attacking certain cards like an SPS in the main monster zone. You can summon Sleipnir to protect it, which is cool. Dispotter, again, if you have the Gearsu as a tuner, you can do that. I also have other lines where if you make Gearsu a tuner, but you don't have the Bystial, you are able to go into like just like a normal Coral Dragon with Baron, and then you can get the draw that way still, which is also still good. It's still a level 4 tuner, so you're still able to do that, which is nice. If it's just Gearsu, like Gearsu plus Runick cards, which is cool. 1 copy of Ding. This could be 2 copies of Ding, the cut 1 Galatea. I'm not sure yet. This also could be cut 1 Galatea or something else. I'm not positive yet. So far, I haven't needed more than 1 copy of Ding, but we'll see how it goes. More testing will decide how I want to move it around. But 1 copy's been fine for now. 1 copy of Typhon. Typhon is very good, or Typhon. This card is just overperforming recently. But overall, this card's just crazy. It's such an unexpected card, like, if I'm being honest. It's so unexpected, but it comes up a lot. It's really good. Being able to bounce something back, it comes up more than I thought. Again, 2 copies of Galatea. You can probably cut this to 1 because there's only 1 target for it, and it's recyclable, and you run it back with Symbol Skeleton on the following turn, so you really don't need 2 of it, but for now it's in here. You can switch it around for something if you want, maybe like a Nightmare Unicorn. I would say Access Code, but like you only have Dark, so maybe something else. I don't know. Just something in that slot, maybe second IP Masquerena, because IP is in here for the SP Little Knight, so you're able to get interruptions through those. Very good interruptions. IP and the SP is like, that's strong. It's really strong and very annoying for a lot of decks to deal with. SP Little Knight right now, it's going to be the card. And the reason I say that is because of Fire King specifically. Like, the Runick cards do not interact with Fire King cards very well. And as Fire King grows in popularity, you need SP Little Knights to, like, actually just keep banishing their stuff because they just get so out of control so fast, and your Runick cards don't do anything. So you really need something like this to keep banishing and banishing and banishing and banishing. So this is going to be really strong, and I really liked it for specifically against that matchup. But overall, obviously, this card's just crazy. And then lastly, we have the 1 copy of Longirsu. Again, this card's not mandatory, but it's cool. I like it. Again, this is another card that's good against Fire King, to be honest. This is just sends away, so it's not destroying anything. So it's nice to have that option. And yeah, it recycles because you can put 2 advantage machines back in. So really good. Overall, do I think this deck is better than the Bystial Runick deck that we have now with Quem and now Golden Sword Soul and Ecclesia and all the other stuff? I would have to put this right under that. If I'm being completely honest and fair, I think this deck is still a good and strong contender, but in comparison to that, I think that the boards that that deck can make are like just so much like stronger. Like go ending on like Baron, Dispotter, SP, Fountain, Regain is like, and a search in the end phase. Like, dude, like that's crazy. That's so much. And then like backing it up later with a Chaos Angel, it's like, oh, that deck is nuts. I'm just like, I love that deck, but this deck can't do anything like that bonkers like that. Like it would go like Dispotter IP, and like that's like it's like Dispotter IP counter trap with like Galatea up, which is still strong. It's still like a strong M board, but like you're not like threatening like these big chunky guys that you are with that deck. Like that's like it's hard to get to that Baron later on. Maybe next turn you can do it with like Galatea, Regain. Maybe probably do it next turn, but the point is, I think this deck's a little bit below. I think it's more susceptible to hand traps too. That's also plays a factor into this. This deck is more susceptible to opponents' Bystials as well. So that's also a factor in this. And with Runick winning a YCS, I think that also contributes that people are playing to counter this deck now because a lot of people hate Runick, which I disagree with because I think Runick's probably one of my favorite design archetypes ever, just because of how it functions. But overall, yeah, that's the deck. I think this is the most competitive it can get. So try it out, take it to your locals. Let me know how it goes. I'm very curious. And yeah, just let me know how it goes. I really hope you guys enjoyed the profile and the explanations. There's, again, like the main combos is going to be with these two and a Runick to be able to get into the Galatea IP counter trap, stuff like that. So overall, again, please enjoy, please subscribe if you did, and let me know how it goes in the comments below. I love hearing feedback. I love being able to talk about decks in the comments, and I like replying to you guys, so I read all of them. So I really appreciate it. So until then, I will see you guys in the next video.